I'm trying to do this by myself with these two, with one-handed here. As you can see, I got the skull all painted pink. Dipping the pink camo that just came out here. Got my border all taken off, taped off, ready to go. I'll take it over there to set it on the water. Okay, and this is my dip tank. I got it, the heater in. It's all warmed up to about 75 to 80 degrees. Try to get the AC on in here, so you want to keep your humidity down. So let me set this on. Sorry about the angle. Ain't gonna be the best right now, but I'll just set it on there and then I can show you. The way I put it in is I tip up my angles, 2 angles here, and let it down, try to keep all the air bubbles out. You don't want no air bubbles underneath the film, so you want to try to lay it down smooth as possible. So I usually start at a corner and lay it down. And if you do get air bubbles under there, just blow them out real gently. Alright, I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute. Sets on that water for 1 minute. That way it'll kind of, it's water soluble, so it's got to soak in some of the water. It'll start off real wrinkly, then it'll smooth right out. Alright, I'll get that set in there. Waiting 1 minute. Go over, grab my skull real quick. Now this works with anything you're dipping with. Anything basically to get wet. Alright, I'll try to hold this one-handed as I'm dipping one hand. This is my activator. Express Hydrovator. Alright. Now the trick is with the activator, you don't want to put on too much or too little. That kind of comes with practice. Usually a light mist will work. And every film's a little different with the activator. If you have a lot of ink like this one, you might need a tad bit more activator on it. It'll look like glass, like water, if you have enough. And you want go down in one angle, and you want to stay nice and steady. Okay, give it a little shake underwater there. When it comes up, should look like that. Looks easier than what it really is, but I've been doing this for a while, so it's not really too much of a problem with me. But anyway, should have a nice even wrap. And then I'll just let that set for a little bit in the tub there. It's real. If you feel real gently, there's like a slime on there that you need to rinse off. Now you don't want to rub any of that slime off, or it'll take out the ink. Yeah, I usually let it sit there for a good minute. Just let that ink from the film uh, adhere to the paint, and that then we can just rinse it off with a little bit of warm water. Cold water will work. It'll just take a little longer. But other than that, that's pretty much the basic of it. You probably start off in like a plastic tub or something. That's how I started, and I just upgraded to a big feeding trough, basically. And I just put a hole at one end there. That way, and I hooked up a little small water pump. That way I can push all that stuff on the top of the water. Get it all cleaned off, get ready for my next dip. With this, now that said, just turn a little water. And then you just basically spray it. It may take a little bit, a minute or two, get all this off. If you don't get off all this, the slime from the outer part of the film, when you go to clear coat it, will wrinkle, it will bubble up, and then basically you gotta wipe everything down and start all over. Once you're done rinsing off, I usually let skulls are a little more different. I let them dry overnight for a good day. Because bone's a little porous, so I like to make sure it's all dry when I put on my clear coat. And I use all Rust-Oleum paints, Rust-Oleum clear coat. When you go to put on a clear coat, you want to make sure you put it on real lightly, because if you put it on too heavy, it'll bubble up. Sometimes they're a little picky. If sometimes, like in here, you can see the black didn't show up around in that area here on the sides, it didn't show up as dark. I usually hit it up with a little airbrush and paint in some black a little bit, blend it in. Basically, with dipping, you just got to practice a little bit with how much activator you want to spray on the film. You know, if you have a crappy activator, which it took me years to figure out a good one, and I just recently found a good one that I don't have problems with. I can dip everything first time. Sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 times just to get it right. But with this new activator, that Hydrovator, I don't have any problems. But it all comes with the experience, playing around a little bit. And the way you dip, if you're doing round objects, is a little harder because it tends to stretch out the pattern. It kind of looks a little crappy. There's different techniques you can use with round objects, mugs or glasses or type stuff. My advice would start off with something flat. And dip on like a 45-degree angle and go straight down, nice smooth. You don't want to stop or move back and forth when you're going to dip. That'll stretch out your film or make lines in it, and then it'll look all funny. But round objects are a little difficult. Like I said, they have a tendency to stretch, but what I end up doing is I take round objects, I'll start at one point and then I'll use 2 hands. I can turn the object and roll it into the film. You would have to start at one end and just roll right into the existing film. And if you're doing it in a tub, like something like this, I wouldn't bother taping off the edges. Just make the film just as big, just smaller than the outside or the inside of the tub. That way you can, the film will kind of spread a little bit as you're spraying the activator, just barely enough to where it'll stop right when it gets to the edge. So other than that, good luck. Hopefully you get some pieces that'll look like this. Like I said, it's all in the way you play with it, and kind of get your own feel for it, your own technique. But that's basics. If you have any questions, feel free, give me a call, text, shout, whatever. Other than that, good luck.